covering news from across the state.
They're wondering where their next meal is going to come from, where they're wondering, am I a burden to mom or dad?
To right here in your neighborhood.
You're talking 10 minutes of a locked car, and you are in triple-digit numbers already.
We're sharing stories that matter to you. Your KRIS 6 News at 5 starts right now. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Clara Benitez Cortez. Last year, there was heartbreak in the Coastal Bend after two back-to-back hot car deaths claimed the lives of two children. The first death happening August 20th when a mother left her 2-year-old in her car while she went to work at Tom Brown Middle School. Police documents stating she forgot to drop off her child at daycare. The next death happening the following day on August 21st when a grandmother in Beeville forgot her 9-month-old grandchild in the car. Neighborhood News reporter Tony Jaramillo shows us what parents can do to keep their kids safe and alive as the temperatures start to rise.
I'm Tony Jaramillo, your neighborhood news reporter on the south side. We know hot cars are dangerous, and the Coastal Bend had 2 of the 3 hot car deaths in Texas last year. I'm speaking to experts, and I'll show you just how hot it got inside of this car in just 1 hour. According to the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services, nearly 40% of victims are younger than 1. To show just how dangerous and deadly these situations can be, we track temperatures inside of a parked car for 4 15-minute increments. The temperature rose from 101 to 104 to 106 and finally 108 degrees Fahrenheit. Right after I checked on the Bear for the last time, I pulled the thermometer out to see what the temperature was outside, and now it's reading 92 degrees Fahrenheit, a 16-degree difference, and it's not even the hottest part of the day yet. It's a parent's worst nightmare, but why do these things happen? I spoke with investigator Holly Hamilton, who gave me some insight.
So say that you're normally the parent that drops off, and then for some reason you have to have someone else drop off. Not having that daily routine is something that will cause just a typical I forgot kind of a moment.
Dr. Daniel Wagner, an emergency medical physician at TLC Complete Care, says the danger escalates quickly.
You're talking 10 minutes of a locked car, and you are in triple-digit numbers already. 20 minutes, you're sitting north of 125 if it's 95 degrees outside.
If you see a child in a hot car, Dr. Wagner shares this clear advice.
And break the windows if you see it.
Investigators say reminders can help prevent these tragedies.
Always look in the back seat before you get out. Make it a habit of maybe putting your cell phone in the back seat. Place a diaper bag on the front seat next to you or a bag that you commonly carry.
So far, there have been no hot car deaths in Texas this year. On the south side, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Tony Jaramillo, KRIS 6 News.
Tony, thank you. And how else can we stay safe in the summer heat? Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber joins us in the Weather Center. Steph, I know we won't have maybe some relief anytime soon, but talking about hot car deaths, does the relative humidity play a factor in how hot it gets in there?
It definitely does. And if you were watching in Tony's package with that thermometer gauge he had, 108 degrees at 40% relative humidity, you might think, oh, that's not too bad. That's pretty dry. That's a feels like temperature of 118 degrees. So let's talk about the feels like temperature in your neighborhood. Thankfully, looking a lot better. We're not seeing any 118s anywhere here on the map, but those numbers in yellow really show that it's still feeling quite hot out there, feeling like 100 degrees or a degree or two off in all of our neighborhoods here with actual air temperatures. A variation. We've got some upper 80s, lower 90s, and that's because we've also had some spotty rain across the area. Take a look at the latest radar. We've seen a lot more yellow, orange, and red with these spotty showers today. So we're seeing more rainfall accumulations and more green spread across this map. You may even notice a little bit of this kind of in a line formation. I'll explain what's going on right now, what you can expect for the rest of tonight, and what our rain chances may look like as we head on into the next 7 days. Coming up in your full forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Stephanie, thank you. And if you're wanting to stay prepared this hurricane season, the City of Corpus Christi has a free resource for you. They will be giving out sandbags this Saturday, June 28th from 1 to 4 p.m. at Cabinets Athletic Complex. Neighbors can take up to 8 pre-filled sandbags per car, but make sure you have a clear space in your trunk so staff can properly store it. You do not need to get out of your car.
Take a look at this gauge. It's at about 50%, right? A local nonprofit says this is about the percentage of Nueces County families who struggle to make ends meet. I'm Michaela Chavez, your Sunrise Neighborhood News reporter downtown. A program that supporters say would help feed millions of low-income Texas kids, including thousands here at home, was vetoed by Governor Greg Abbott. When it comes to things like paying bills or putting food on the table, Brianna Davis says for some, doing so is a challenge.
Right now, our families in the Coastal Bend, they're struggling.
She's the founder of Esperanza de Tejas, a nonprofit focused on helping underserved communities get access to things like food, education, and jobs.
Kids deserve food. There's no ifs, ands, doubts about it.
She says she works with neighbors throughout Nueces County after seeing some of their struggles firsthand.
We have seen an increase, almost triple, of our services, and that has been since January.
Davis tells me she's met families who cannot afford rent or buy food, and the truth is, those families aren't the only ones. 1 in 4 children in Texas face a food insecurity. That's according to Celia Cole, CEO of Feeding Texas, a statewide network of food banks.
They're wondering where their next meal is going to come from, where they're wondering, am I a burden to mom or dad?
She wants you to think about it like this. A lot of kids from low-income families get their breakfast and lunch at school.
It's a safe space for kids to go to get these meals.
And with school being out, that shouldn't mean stomachs go empty.
Especially our kids who are in those neighborhoods, in those communities that are predominantly impoverished. Those summer programs are a lifeline for them.
This is so good. Governor Greg Abbott vetoed a $60 million program aimed to feed children from low-income families during the summer. He cited an uncertain future of federal funding for those kinds of programs. Unidos US, a Latino advocacy nonprofit, says the program would have helped feed more than 1 million children in the state of Texas, including 650,000 in the Latino community. Cuts aren't expected until 2027, but Davis says now is the time to speak up with lawmakers.
Call their offices, tell them how this might be affecting you, your people in your communities, someone you might know. It's the time for all of us to come together and not think of us as individuals, but think of us as a community.
Now, Governor Abbott says once it becomes clear how much the program would cost the state over time, lawmakers can decide whether or not to fund it. For now, it's vetoed, and there's no word yet on whether or not the summer EBT program is at risk on a federal level. Downtown, I'm your Sunrise Neighborhood News reporter, Michaela Chavez, Chris 6 News.
Michaela, thank you. And the Beeville community is mourning the loss of one of the most recognizable faces. For 70 years, Donnie Morris stood as one of the founding fathers of the Beeville Volunteer Fire Department, as well as its former fire chief. Morris passed away on Sunday, surrounded by family peacefully in bed. Neighborhood News reporter Adam Beam caught up with some of Miller's colleagues and fellow first responders who reflected on the legacy he leaves behind.
This town loved him as being a fire chief. He did everything he could for this town. When we had disasters, he was there. If you needed somebody, he was there for you.
A service for Morris will be held at First Baptist Church in Beeville on Thursday, beginning at 3 p.m. And ahead of the new Harbor Bridge opening, there are some lane closures that you need to know about. Beginning tonight from 9 p.m. until 6 a.m., crews will reduce lanes on I-37 from Buddy Lawrence Drive to Port Avenue, so crews can continue installing overhead signs. Signs will be posted along the route, so drivers will be alerted of the lane reductions. Remember that all work is weather permitting as well. And be sure to join us Saturday morning for a special coverage of the ribbon cutting for the new Harbor Bridge. We will be live from the Port of Corpus Christi Pavilion. Our coverage begins Saturday at 9:30 in the morning. And get ready for this year's Big Bang 4th of July fireworks celebration. The spectacular fireworks display is set for Friday, July 4th at 9:30 p.m. along the Bayfront. But the festivities start with a patriotic ceremony at the Ben Garza Gym. There will also be live music, food trucks, and much more. The RTA will offer its free park and ride service from City Hall to Water Street. Corpus Christi Fire Department Assistant Chief Tony Perez stresses the importance of staying safe during the holiday.
We want you to leave it up to the pros. We have a professional fireworks show that's going to be downtown and for the Big Bang celebration, and we recommend that you come check out those fireworks.
Well, CCPD will be doing traffic control, and they encourage those attending to have a fun, safe time during the celebration. And friendly reminder that fireworks are illegal within city limits, including city beaches. For more information about the Big Bang celebration, visit christv.com. And when we come back, we'll show you what resources are being offered in your neighborhood and how you can get involved.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Welcome back. Over 200 jobs are available at Del Mar College, and today some of those candidates met their match at the college's job fair. Candidates and those interested got to browse a wide variety of jobs available at the college. The positions include adjunct professors, classroom instruction positions, custodial, and more. Del Mar says those applying should be prepared to take this job for a long term.
We're looking at those for those individuals that want a career, not just a job, because you may start out at entry level, but we want you to advance. We want you to move up. We want you to find other jobs within the organization.
If you missed today's job fair, you can always apply online. Just head over to christv.com. And the Public Health Mobile Clinic made its way to the Driscoll area today, as well as the Coastal Bend Food Bank. Neighbors of the area took advantage of the food distribution opportunity during the heat of the summer. Take a look.
But this is something that's been going on for years with the food bank, so the residents really look forward to it. Thank you.
Yes. The event goes on every last Wednesday of the month and helps feed about 70 families.
All right, look at the roadways now to help you plan that commute home. A lot of busy bees already up and at 'em here on SPID, but hey, we've got a good flow here, nothing looking too congested at this point. So let's show you where some of the slow spots are. You know, a lot less color other than green on this map, so we're not doing too bad right now. Of course, there is the stop and go on Shoreline near downtown, and on the crosstown ahead to 37 at that interchange, a bit slow there. A lot of that also having to do with some of the preparations ahead of the big day on Saturday with the Harbor Bridge opening. We're slow on Staples from SPID down to Saratoga, and on Saratoga the intersection's not looking too bad. Rodfield is busy between Wooldridge and Holly, and if you're going to be heading out anywhere else across Coastal Bend, looks like most of the major thoroughfares are looking good. So as you head out, make sure you stay safe and drive safe. Stick around, I've got your forecast next. Hey there, welcome back. 5:16 your time right now, and boy, this radar is busy. That's the way we like it these days because we can use the rainfall. The showers are spotty, but notice there are more colors on the map here. We've got yellows, oranges, and reds. That tells us when we have those spotty showers passing. You may have already noticed this for yourself. It does come down in a bucket and then it kind of moves on. So we'll zero in on some of the busy spots right now. We're seeing the rainfall in our southern neighborhoods. Hebbronville, there's one shower to the south of you moving through central Jim Hogg County. Dumping some good rainfall as it moves across Texas 16 here in just a few. Benavides has some rain in the area and a couple little training storms behind it likely to move on through. So you'll probably be seeing this rainfall here over, say, the next 20-30 minutes before it starts to wrap up. Corpus Christi is mainly dry right now. We're seeing a couple of sprinkles that have been kind of darting across the radar here, but nothing very significant. It's up in the Rockport Fulton area where we've seen a good downpour now moving across the intercoastal waterways and starting to move into Copano Bay. So if this holds on as it crosses Highway 35, our neighbors up in Refugio might see a quick shower here in about the next half hour. But again, look at the bright colors here. A nice good downpour going to sweep right by the north of town there. And following getting some rain in the Aransas Pass neighborhoods, also picking up on some of that goodness too. In our more northern and inland neighborhoods, showers have been a little more spotty here over the last hour or two, but if you checked out my Facebook earlier, you saw there was a really big, impressive looking thunderstorm that dropped a good quick downpour right about where this cell is right now on its way to Skidmore. So we've seen these pockets of heavy downpours. They do help, if not only to water your lawn. Every time we have one of these moving over Choke Canyon, Lake Corpus Christi, of course, that's a plus too. But the view from the Whataburger Skycam here shows clouds aren't looking as tall right now. Every once in a while we'll see a tall one like what's off to the left of your screen and what's coming in from the coast. But I think for the most part, the very tall clouds that can give us a good downpour, those are becoming farther and fewer between as we head into the evening hours. So if nothing else, where we do have pockets of rain does help with the temperature. Port A sitting at 88 degrees right now, Rockport as well, and still 92 in Alice. But at least we've got a bit of a breeze right now between about 15 and 20 miles per hour, bringing a little bit of relief. Visibility, of course, course, looks okay, but let's zoom into our neighborhood weather stations with the Chris 6 Neighborhood Weather Network in the Beeville area. Look at this rainfall. We've picked up a little more than 1/10 of an inch off Hilltop Road, but our buddies over at the Beeville Neighborhood Station and FM 504 picking up nothing. It shows you the spotty nature of some of these showers that may say you didn't get anything at your official reporting station in Beeville, but there has been some rain across a few neighborhoods. It has also impacted the temperature. It's cooler where we've had rainfall, 82 right now off Hilltop Road, whereas we're still sitting at 88 at the Beeville Neighborhood Station and 85 off FM 504. So a little bit of spotty shower activity does go a long way. As we head into tonight, temperatures will start to quiet down. We'll get down to those 70s and likely see the return of some patchy fog as temperatures get down to those low to middle 70s once again right around daybreak. Our winds will be fairly light once again, so something to keep in mind. But over the next couple of days, we will have daily rain chances. I know Friday was looking like the driest day of the week, but it still looks like we'll have something in the mix. But the best rain chances through the weekend are likely going to be in northern parts of San Patricio County, Copano Bay, and up the coast toward the Houston area. So very spotty, but at least it definitely helps. I'll keep an eye on that forecast. Tomorrow's rain forecast is looking like this. Another opportunity for those early afternoon showers to pick things up. And we'll be tracking these rain chances as we head on through the next 7 days. Speaking of which, here's a look at your forecast.
All right, Stephanie, thank you. If you are jumping in a pool this summer, listen up. There's a virus that can spread through pool equipment and towels. Coming up, the symptoms to look out for. It's a skin infection caused by a virus, and while some say molluscum contagiosum is very common in the U.S., some may not know much about it. Sitsin can spread through things like pool equipment or towels. Experts say to be aware as you plan summer activities. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has what to know about this infection.
It's a common contagious skin virus that the CDC says mostly affects children ages 1 to 10. Molluscum contagiosum causes small raised sores on the body. Parents should know it can be spread by touching someone who has it or through infected surfaces or objects.
So the lesions will be pink and fairly smooth. They can range in size from 1 to 5 millimeters, and the locations on the body tend to be more often in our skin-to-skin contact areas, like under the arm, at the bend of the knee, bend of the elbow, sometimes the groin.
Dr. Joan Tamboro with Cleveland Clinic says the virus can live in moist environments that can include towels, clothing, toys, or pool equipment.
The most common place to get it is from another sibling. So in the home, a few things that you can try to do is, one, to switch off the towel and washcloth, between bathing.
Tamboro says parents can also help stop the spread by washing hands frequently, bathing siblings separately if one child is infected with the virus, and by covering the skin lesions with clothing. Many times the virus clears on its own without treatment, so Tamboro says it's just something for parents to be aware of.
They certainly should watch their children and make sure that they're not having symptoms from this virus, which would include itch, sometimes pain, and redness of the skin.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Well, good tips there. And stay with us on your Chris 6 News at 5. We have one final check of the weather after the break.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Welcome back. Chick-fil-A is top again in more customer satisfaction. It's the 11th year in a row for the Georgia-based chain to rank first among quick service restaurants. The American Customer Satisfaction Index is based on surveys of more than 16,000 people, and Chick-fil-A came out on top with a score of 83 out of 100. Panda Express and Starbucks tied for second with 80 points each, and Chick-fil-A's top ranking comes as it experienced 5.4% growth in U.S. sales last year. That's the chain's slowest rate of growth in 20 years. So, do you like Chick-fil-A?
Oh, of course, of course. I don't know if this is new or if it's just new to me because I'm a foodie, I like different places.
Yes.
But it's like a peach lemonade.
Ooh, yes.
It's so good.
I think it's like a summer special.
That must be what it is. Either way, keeps you cool during hot weather like
Definitely.
this. Yes. And you know what else helps is some of the rain, a little bit of excitement for everybody. We have one good downpour crossing 37 in Live Oak County right now. Guess where it's headed? That other blue spot there, that's Choke Canyon. So our friends on Three Rivers gonna get a quick little shower. We'll continue to track this for Chris 6 News at 6, so stick around. We'd love to have you. If not, here's a look at the next 7 days.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you here at 6 o'clock. Have a good night.